Hey, everybody. So I think I said I wasn't going to upload another video before spring training, but here I am. Mostly because I just wanted to say, how are we feeling about Brendan Donovan? Um, I'm thrilled with this. I know this has been a long time in coming. People have been talking about this for a while this off season. And with every trade, because that's the way trades work, we lose somebody. And I have feelings about it. So, really sad about Ben Williamson. I'm Andrew Angelo, and those are the two I think that, to my heart, are the ones that are hurting the most. But I, the way I look at these trades is that I'm going to follow these kids, and I wish them all the success in the world. I hope they both, all of them, go out and have amazing success, and we all look back and go, oh, that's too bad that they weren't playing for us. And I hope Brendan Donovan makes the trade all worth it. So, but I have lots of feelings. And side note, I didn't say this in any other videos, but I'm in my home office right now. I sit on an exercise ball, so I tend to rock back and forth, and I try not to do it in these videos because I think it can make people seasick. But every once in a while I will, so I apologize for that. And yeah, so big trade. I think their roster is complete now for this off season, and that's kind of exciting because now we can really just get into spring training with a solid team. And everything I'm hearing, I'm not talking about the numbers and the statistics. I don't care about any of it. But it sounds like people feel like this is a pretty good Mariners team. So the other thing I wanted to bring up really quickly was just the idea of how I watch Mariners baseball. And I'm really curious how everybody does it, because I do enjoy going to a game. And we're going to go to opening day, which is always crazy. I am an introvert. I don't really care to be around tons and tons of people. So we have very specific places that we sit at the stadium where there are generally less people, whatever less means, especially on opening day. Easier access to food and restrooms and all those kind of things for me that are important. And things like Fan Fest that just happened, it looks so fun to me, and also way too many people. And maybe some year I'll go. I've never been. It's actually never been something like on my radar to really do, but I hear people just rave about it. And I think everything the Seattle Mariners do, they do so well. So I'm sure it's a lot of fun. So I'm curious what your experience is. I love to watch the games on my TV. I like to listen to them on the radio. Baseball season, I'm sure it makes my husband crazy that when he comes home from work, if I'm already home, I have the game on the radio and I have it on both of our TVs. So I can pretty much be anywhere in the house and keep up on the game. I really prefer to enjoy the game on radio. My favorite thing is to be sitting on my back deck with the radio going, coming through the kitchen window, and just sitting with a nice cold drink of something and being on my deck amongst the trees and listening to the game on the radio. So, but I know some people maybe never even listen to a game or watch a game unless they're there, and they just catch up on the score the next day, right? So I also will lay in bed knowing I have to get up in the morning and watch a 14-inning game until the end because I can't turn it off. That's part of this root sports thing that I'm really hoping there's still going to be like pregame, postgame stuff, because I would stay up to watch the coach talk after a game. I'm hoping there's still a lot of that goodness that we have available to us. So, yeah, I'm very curious how all of you watch games. Are you season ticket holders? Do you go to all the games? I think that's too much for my soul. Now, if I lived in Seattle proper, maybe I would be more interested in that. We have whatever, we have a certain amount of money that we have that makes us, season ticket holders in whatever capacity that is. I don't even know. My husband did it because he's great and did that for me for my birthday several years ago. And we just do it every year. But we're not, we don't go to all the games. And I don't think I'd ever want to go to all the games. Although, just to add in, I do, if I can get closer to Seattle as I get older, I would love to work at T-Mobile in my retirement years. That is like my dream, is just to be an usher or welcoming people in or whatever. And I say that as an introvert going, I don't like being around tons of people, and then I would be around tons of people, but that feels different somehow. I don't know. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to practice here was I'm going to practice sharing my screen. So hang on, we're going to try this. We're going to share screen, and you're going to watch me with technology. There it goes. All right, let's see. I want this. Okay, so I don't know how this is coming across your screen. That's the only thing I don't know. So this is the feelings wheel. I've brought it up. I'm going to try to pin it somewhere on the YouTube page or on Instagram, maybe something like that, and so that you have access to it, because this is one of the things I do want to challenge people on, is going a little deeper with emotion. So, when you look at angry here, angry comes down to let down, humiliated, bitter, mad, aggressive, frustrated, distant, critical. I can see let down, but if you go deeper with let down, it's like betrayed and resentful. I can see that in baseball, but it feels like that's taking baseball too seriously. Doesn't mean that if you feel that way, that you're wrong. But it does make you go, okay, what if I go to disgusted and that takes me to disappointed? That I can absolutely see, right? And disappointed goes into appalled and revolted. I don't know. I don't think I get maybe appalled. I think we could get appalled, right? But sad, you can get into disappointed and sad too, right? Sad, hurt, disappointed. It's an interesting way to look at feelings and just go a little deeper with them. So, even surprised and excited and energetic. Yeah, definitely on some games, So I'm going to try to pin this somewhere so that you have access to it, because when we talk about games, I'm going to stop sharing here. When we talk about different games, and I want us to be able to go a little deeper with it. That's part of why I'm doing this, is yes, the baseball part is huge, but also the how do we have feelings part. And I can't help myself. So, all right, I'm going to cut this off. Those are the things I wanted to say today. We're getting closer and closer to spring training. Let me look again on my app here. The WBC, there it is. WBC pitchers and catchers report in 6 days. What's after that? Pitchers and catchers report in 8. WBC position in 9. The regular position players 13. First full squad workout is 2 weeks from today. And the spring training opener is 17 days. So I don't know if I'm going to post another video. I'm not going to say I am, and I'm not going to say I'm not, because who knows what I'm going to do at this point. I'm going to keep posting on social media. I'm going to start getting some posts up on the Seattle Mariners Feelings Instagram. And I'm just hoping some of you will join me here, because it will be really sad if I'm only talking to myself. But I'll go a little deeper on the feelings wheel, and I'll find another emotion to call it while I'm talking to myself. So I'm just going to see where this goes. We're going to see what this year looks like. I haven't even talked about, my goal right now is to do it this year. I don't know that I'll go further than that unless it becomes something amazing that people want to continue. Next year is going to be tricky, right? I feel like next year is a year we all need to be able to have a community and experience feelings, because if there is a lockout, it's going to be rough for all of us who survive the winter so we can get to baseball. But we'll get there. So we'll see where this goes day by day. All right, everybody, take good care and go Mariners.